Okay, I'm live. This is Hector from Hector's Interest in Coins, and I'm looking through my old stash. Ooh, it's a big 219. Let's see who shows up. Oh, that's a nice one. 82. Ooh, nothing there. Let's weigh it. Ooh, nice. That's a 3.1. Hey, coin collector, how you doing? Sorry about that. The plug. I'm here. I'm back. Let's see what I can do here. That's what it was. I went to invite and I hit the right in the corner of the leave and hit it right there on the spot. Let's see. Coin inbox. Let's see what we can do here. Let's do this. Copy. Do this. Go to mail. Compose. See. Coin hunter. Nope. Let's see right here. Let's see if we can get in here. Talk. Excuse me. We got 3 people in here. 81. $82. Estoy bien. ¿Cómo está usted, señor? Actually, it say, hola, ¿cómo estás? Add the S to it. We got 3 people in here. Anybody want to jump in? I'm all going to be on for about an hour or so. Last time I was on here for an hour, it came out to an hour and a half, but that's cool. Wow. Look at all those streaks. Let me see if it's in the back. A little bit. Yeah, there is. I don't know. Some say it's woody, some say it's not. 2018. ¿Cómo estás? There you go. And these are bright. So it's raining right now in California. Well, actually in the Fresno area. Not too bad here though. It's all just wet outside. That's it. 1983. I'm just checking some coins before I go to bed. That's why I said about an hour. D. Some shiny ones here. 81D. Check out see how brilliant that is. Yeah, I could imagine. I hear that back Midwest, you guys are getting our big storm that's coming through. Me oriene Al parlare in un momento. Unire. Oh, I think you're trying to say you'll join my panel in a moment. That's good. It's cool. How you doing, Midnight? $2.11. I don't know Spanish, but he's saying about the correct panel. Yeah, yes, yes. Except he used one word that is not appropriate. Not appropriate. Not correct in his use. Ooh, this is an 85. Spot here and there. You know, I found out that if you turn down the light a little bit, the color comes out better. Let me try turning down just a little bit more than light. Oop, wrong direction. There we go. Boy, you can see his face a lot better that way. Tengo un nuevo video que saldrá pronto para la colaboración de los 20 canales. Cool. Yeah. Oh, that flies down there. Get out of here. Oh, it's a little moth. Yeah. You know, if you could see, I'm gonna put the light back on in full blast. Okay, that's at the height. And let me get it. See, this is a very bright coin. And if I turn it down, the color, let's see, I'll leave that and I'll turn down the light. And it's turning down more and more. And I can see more detail this way. Have you the ability, Midnight Silver Run, to oh, there you are. There you go, Midnight. There you go. Can you turn down the potential on your camera?
Which camera are you using?
I'm using a pluggable USB. That's it. 2.0. And since I'm able to turn down the light, I can see more details. Now the motion doesn't get it as fast, but at least it stays. Hello, Johnny Ray. How you doing? Eso es un buen centavo. Allí. Yeah, I got quite a few here. I've been going through some old stashes that I had put away, and I didn't go to the bank. I said, I'm going to get rid of some of this stuff. Like, see, this is a copper coin, but it's really damaged. I'd keep it only because of the what is it now? 0.0177, I think, last calculated of the copper content on this, the value. So I'll just keep it for the content value. Everything else, anything that's Héctor, dile a Superman que dije hola en español. Coin Collector wants me to tell you, Silver Superman, that oops, let's go side by side. Am I still here? Oh, there you are.
Yeah, I fat fingered it.
No problem. I did the same thing a little while ago. You caught me even doing that. No, I just I've got a ton of them now that I didn't know I had. they're I wouldn't say they're brilliant uncirculated, but there's some of them pretty nice. And I just figured I'm gonna take some of these out of my. Ooh, what happened to this one? My old ones and my books, and put the new ones in that look better. Let's put them in there.
Yeah. Sorry.
So how was your day?
Oh, up and down, I guess. Mediocre.
Same here. I couldn't do anything because it was raining so much. And then when I started to do some, it rained and it stopped, rained and it stopped. And then it just stayed raining the rest of the evening. So I just stayed inside the house.
Why are you using Google Translate, Ohio? I know you don't speak Espanol nearly that bueno.
I guess he's trying to communicate with me.
Did you know that the Rosetta Stone was a real thing? Because I honestly didn't know that until like the other day.
Yes, I did.
I feel really stupid not knowing that the Rosetta Stone was an actual archaeological, like,
Yeah.
masterpiece discovery, of universal language. I didn't know this.
I'm kind of a nerd. You see my name, it says
YouTube. Thank
Yeah,
YouTube. Thank YouTube and my legit lust for Egyptian knowledge.
Uh-huh. Well, I'm a King Tut kind of guy.
See, I love just the Egyptian, the things that they were able to do that are impossible.
Yeah. Well, my thing is how can they decipher languages that have been dead for 2,000 or 3,000 years?
How did they build a fucking computer that mapped the stars? What is it called? Hold on. I read on this thing often.
Uh-huh.
They found it in the bottom of the ocean and just recently put it back together. The something box.
I think I heard something about that.
It'll be in my recent YouTube watched list too. It's
okay.
I don't know. It's a computer that was built 2000 BC.
Uh-huh.
With 36 or more interlocking working gears.
Wait a minute, I did remember seeing that.
That mapped the stars and the seasons of the earth.
Well, I'm still wondering how the Egyptians made their pyramids.
Look up. There was a dude in Florida who built a castle out of sandstone or limestone,
Uh-huh.
or coral rock.
Uh-huh.
And when they wanted to build a neighborhood around him, he literally packed it up and moved it overnight. And he did this all by himself. And when asked how, he said he had learned the ways of the Egyptians on how to move mass amounts of weight with zero amounts of leverage.
Really?
Yeah, look up the dude with the, I guess it would be the Coral Castle. And he did it in Florida. It's still out there somewhere. He did this in the early 1900s too, like 1930.
Really? There's a guy in Fresno called Forestier. He didn't build a house on top of the ground. He built hey Central, how you doing? Hey Lincoln. He built his whole home underground, and it stretches a mile underground because the summers in California are so hot. He was an immigrant from the Azores, I think, and he built his whole home underground, and then he farmed and ranched on top with figs and a few other crops he did. But the home has a tunnel or tunnels or rooms. He was trying to make it into a hotel, and he made the whole thing cut out of what we call hardpan over here in California. It's almost like hard clay. Alone in the wilderness. Anyway, so he dug it out for 45 years. He never married, and he would do it for 8 hours a day after he got off work.
Watch that documentary right there.
Alone in the Wilderness. Okay, I wrote it. I'm gonna write it down.
And then when you watch it, watch this one.
Alone in the Wilderness, Part 2.
It
Write
is
it down.
about this dude who, at the age of like late 40s, early, mid 40s, decides, fuck it, I'm gonna move to Twin Lakes, Alaska with a wind-up camera and build myself a camera while I narrate, document, and script it all my damn self without a soul around on a 44 millimeter wind-up camera and 18 journals. And he has somebody fly him in stuff once a year, or one time, and then he lives up there for fucking like 10 years.
I always like to look. Like I said, my things are all interests. And
Builds everything, man. He brings up tool heads and like whittles handles and builds a door with working hinges and working wood locks and builds a bunk bed and window sills and builds a food cache, which is like a little mini cabin that he puts up on 18-foot stilts and shit. Like he builds a cabin, doesn't seal it, and then builds a platform 10 feet in the air and then rebuilds it in the air to keep it away from bears. And he does all of this by himself, 100% with a little wind-up camera, plants all of his own food, kills his own meat, plants his own crop, has to hike like 2 miles down to the water every day, and it ends up being like 4.5 to 6 feet deep in the winter. And he lives up there for, all in all, like 35 years, because after 10 years, his brother comes up and lives with him, and they hang out for another like 30-something years. That's his food cache he built.
Yeah, keep the bears away, huh?
Yeah, so he built that thing on the ground, built the stilts, and then rebuilt it up there, and then fastened it. All with the only non-natural thing he used in the entire building of anything was on the roofs.
Stacker.
On the roofs, he used a very small amount of black tar roof liner. Or not even black tar, but the black sheet, to keep out leakage and a little bit of weather. But then he covers it in 3 feet of natural growing moss. And to this day, you can still go up there and stay there. It's in Twin Lakes, Alaska.
Because this guy, Forestier, it's kind of expensive to go see his place, but they charge, if I remember correctly, they charge $19 to get in. But, I like to go back and check it out because they even have dinners down there. He made a home out of the bed of hard rock. Put it that way. It's almost like layered. Not sandstone. Or maybe it is sandstone, but a lot harder because part of the valley was dug out by these huge glaciers. So I like the idea of your camera, your microscope that way, because you can see it real. And you say that the brilliant uncirculated coins, the reflection blinds your details.
My light is completely off. My light on my scope is 100% off. I have zero light protruding from my little area down here.
Well, this is an 85. I'm sorry, not the 85. Where is it? Oh, I have 85 here somewhere.
$4.50 or $6 Walmart light that has this little plastic white cover over an LED light, so there's like zero heat emitted. But that thing.
See, even if I cover the light.
No, I didn't even have to put a cover on anything. No, that's how it came for $4, and it hasn't died. And I keep this thing running basically 24/7 since I bought it 3 months ago, and it works great. Because right now we have a DDO.
Now, what I want to start learning to do is first find the features. I see something there.
So instead of looking behind the coin,
Uh,
look in it and look towards the edge, like where this is split right
yeah, I
here.
see it. Yeah, I see it.
And then right here in this,
There's something underneath the L.
and then right here in the G.
What would those marks be on there? Is that like Postmate
Oh,
marks? I
oh,
mean,
this is also
Postmate
canvas
mark
as well. I mean,
standards.
this is not the most beautiful of coins,
Uh,
but that's because this is a 42 Merc.
nice. I'm
That's a
gonna see
pretty
that.
clean. That's a pretty clean split right there.
Yeah. I'm doing well, Slacker. I'm glad to see you.
All this extra weird stuff.
Mm-hmm. Is that extra metal or is it an imprint of another?
I want to say either clashing or metal
Uh-huh.
for sure. And makes me want to think or check to see if it's that coin.
Okay.
Because
You
that
see,
one.
I've got my light turned down on
Yeah.
my microscope really down, really low. Now I'm gonna increase the light. First, I'm gonna adjust it right. There you go. Now I'm gonna put the light up on it all the way.
Do
See how
you
it
have
washed out?
do you have a 50 or 60 hertz option in your option menu?
No. Mm-mm.
Go to your settings or your quick settings that allows you to change your gain and all that shit. Go to the very bottom. And you should
Okay.
have a little circle for 50 and a little circle for 60.
And for the camera,
Yes.
it says 360 low. And then standard definition is 480p and then 720p. That's it.
You don't have a little option. It would look like this.
I'm gonna say no because I don't see it anywhere.
It would
The
be a
same
little,
thing's coming soon.
on my
Yes.
Fusion, on my little ghetto scope. This one right here.
Would it be? Could it be also on my
On this scope,
settings on my computer?
no, it would be in your scope setting. It would
Oh,
be
okay.
whatever you have your quick settings for this on mine. It was the one that was the quick display settings. And at the very bottom of all of it, I had a little circle that was a 50 and a 60 or a
No.
off or auto.
Yes, it does. What do you mean, Slacker?
Whatever you're on, go to a different one. It'll drastically darken your screen. Like I'll show you what happens to mine. If I hit 50, we'll back out. Boom. It takes away all my shine.
well, this one here is taking all my shine out right now because I lowered it so much that.
Now you need to turn up your brightness on your little dial and turn down your brightness in your settings.
Okay.
Mine has a little bit quicker of a setup to where it has a little button here for brightness where I can just go straight to 1 and it takes away all that level of shit that you have to go through and do with your little dial. And then I still have the dial over here for actual brightness. And then your 1M, 2M, 3M plays a factor in how it looks at the dimensions of your letters, I think. I don't know. I'm not a photographer and I wish I took more classes when I actually took them.
Okay.
But look, you're already getting a little better.
Yeah. That's as far as I can go.
Now, zoom back a little bit, I guess.
Okay. Well, the only way I'll zoom is lifting it up.
Oh, okay. Well, then you're good. I wouldn't screw with it too much. Then if you were in a good spot, I ain't trying to make you screw with perfection.
Oh, I gotta assemble that again. Talk on it. Let's see now. Focus it. Darn.
And I don't know how I got lucky and have my scope set up perfectly with the light where it is,
Uh
to
huh.
where I'm not using my light at all. I
I
was
can
actually able to
go.
turn my scope light completely off and still have it be this clear when I look at stuff. But I did move a little bit because I had it in a better spot earlier.
Well, that's the least reflection I'm getting right now, and that still shows pretty. This is a 82. It's got a big spot there.
Well, can you focus it in just that little bit more that you need for it to be clear?
Focus what more on what?
Is it not blurry on your end? Oh, okay, there you go. My screen was just,
Oh, okay.
yeah, when I actually like spread apart the screen to zoom in on you, it cleared up.
I
Yeah,
mean, this
I'm
sucker's
not getting
shiny.
too much glare, and it's almost the accurate color of the penny, which is my goal.
Uh huh.
When I use my scope, I want it to be the color of the coin I'm looking at, which is seems like an easy thing to accomplish
Uh huh.
until you try to accomplish it. And because you'll realize how easy it is to wash out your color. So I try to bare minimum.
Okay. I am
And
the
even then,
Advil.
that's a penny. It's still not showing me the right color, but it's
Yeah, I just noticed that when I started playing with my lights in the house, and I have another light right next to me, and I'll put it on. I'll show you the difference.
that's why. Uh,
See, that's an outside source.
yes, but if you focus your outside source correctly, it's not a bad thing, is what I have learned.
See how the light shines a different direction? It's actually south of the head.
Well, what my scope focuses its lighting up here. So my focus is the lighting right here, no matter what I do.
Uh huh.
So I try to combat it with a low level light that does the exact opposite of where it focuses. And what made me start doing that, I don't think I can find it offhand, but I might.
You know what this is?
It's
A
going to
little,
be in
a
this
little,
light here.
little flashlight.
First, I use.
It even shows the marks a lot more. But that 82 is really shiny. Oops.
Oh, I can't find my little flashlight at the moment. I got like four. That's the exact reason.
That puppy shines.
I normally keep those little keychain flashlights,
Yeah, that's what I'm using right now. A little keychain flashlight.
and the one I have is a backup, which I'm looking for because it's one of my favorites. Is
Well, this 73 is really coming out really sharp. But it's got little, like almost like leopard spots all over the place.
uh, according to what I learned from Coin Dragon, because I go and I rewatch Q and A's. If you spend about a year repetitively freezing and then bringing your coin back to room temperature, it has potential to explode and break off that copper spotting.
Really?
Yeah, true story.
Huh. The guy, I guess the coal condenses the metal.
Yeah, damn it! I wish I would have wrote down PV's technical term for it. It's a technical term. It's like thermocombustion, and the shit on the coin has a different thermo expansion temperature rate than
Uh-huh.
the coin itself. So when the coin expands and shrinks from freezing and room temperaturing over and over, it literally expands and contracts and expands and contracts and breaks off the hold that the copper spotting has on the coin. And you can actually lighten up a copper spotted coin exponentially, is what I hear.
Huh. I'll try that.
That was a breath.
How do you protect the coin from the air, the cold air, and all that?
I
Do you
would
need to put it in
believe
a
that.
plastic bag or something?
I mean, they call them airtights for a reason, right?
Oh, okay.
I mean, I would assume that was how he used. I haven't been able to talk to him because they don't allow me on the Q&A, and I haven't been invited to the sweet Facebook panel. Makes me pretty jelly. There's a sweet Facebook group that has like PV and Blues and CJ and everybody in it,
Uh-huh.
and I haven't made my way there yet. I'm not good enough. Not quite yet.
It's expanding, so
Oh, no, and that's subjective anyway.
yeah.
That's as subjective as grading. It's like somebody judging your engine by your paint job.
Yeah. So I got a 73 here that's really nice. And I got a bunch of 74s that look almost as good as that one, or maybe a little bit better than 74Ds. Here's one of them. It has the little carbon spots here and there, but hardly any scratches. That big one there. And then on the face, except for the one right there on top.
Where are you at, you clock noob?
And then I want to show you one that I happen to. Let me see if I can find it before. This is the one. It's got a lot of streaks, but that's not what I'm looking at. Nope, that's not the one.
Oh, that was just a random coin. That's right. That's just a random penny. Yeah, you random penny.
Let's see, is that the one? Yes, I'm thinking about those being, where are they? Let me see. Is this the one? Nope. I put them in a flip because they're all together in there. Nope. The L is almost non-existent.
On Liberty?
Yep.
Is your last letter of your date kind of faded as well?
Yeah, I'm trying to remember. I remember the L really stood out, and I only paid attention to that part. But let me see if I can find it.
Because
There it is.
they didn't space the dies super sweet like or something from what I try to remember. I am mistaken from time to time, but I do retain a mass amount of nonsense. It's cool that what I retain now I don't consider nonsense.
Coin Junkie Ag, how you doing? Coin Junkie Silver, how you doing? See how I put up the light? Is the L is barely visible. And if I
Oh,
turn it the other way,
I think this was a An OPM. I think I've seen this one. I'll elaborate.
I'm giving you light to all directions, so that way you can tell me what if this is something.
Let me zoom in on you with my cloth lube.
Here, let me see if I can put myself.
Oh yeah, you either have grease strike or die pairing issues where they didn't space them close enough for a solid impact, which is what accounts for weak strike versus strong strike. You know what I'm saying?
Dude, there's some raised
Is
metal.
that in between a 2000? I would guess that was a 2002.
Actually, it's an 85
Oh, okay.
Denver.
It happens a lot in 2002 to 2005, possibly 2006 as well.
There was a reason why I kept this one. I'm not sure. I need to write these down too, but I don't. But I've been going through a lot of old stuff. I even figured out how to look at 82 zinc and copper, large date and small date. Finally figured it out.
By chance, is it the size of the top of the 8 or the distance of the 2 from the rim?
And not only that, the 2, if it's straight from the curve, is large date, and then the small date has got a hump and it's thin.
But be careful with that because that gets kind of janky.
Yeah, I went through quite a few of them.
I saw one today that I swear to God, according to the 2, it was a large date or it was a small date. But according to everything else in the coin, it was a large date.
It was okay.
But the 2 made it. The 2 did the stupid, and then.
Oh yeah.
But everything else, the loop on the 8 was a large date. The distance from the rim was a large date. And I watched this on a Q&A from 8 months ago today.
Well, I found out I got quite a few mixes in here. I've got over, I think, about $30 in pennies and nickels that I'm sending back. That there's no real value to it. I'm just holding it because, did not have the information before. What's that?
I don't know, but I think I've seen a variety on this somehow. Because this seems familiar. And so does this little piece in the D. This little over piece up now. It all seems rather familiar to me.
On the inside D, on the right side, there seems to be like a little piece of metal. Little more to the right, on the inside, right there. A little right. Nope, just barely above the right there. Looks like a little piece of metal.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Great. What about
I'm using the zero light as well. The cool one I found today would be this one. Yes, this one.
Yeah, I was going to say the same thing, Slacker. Slacker says he likes your pointer.
Thank you, my sweetie. I actually, I thought people would like them. So if you do, let me know.
What the heck? Those are shells.
Correct. I collect them every time I go down to Mexico. So I have them in different variations. I have off-white. I have with holes pre-punched by nature for necklace wear. I have never drilled one, but some have holes made. Then we have larger, darker.
Hey Slacker, did you see that? It's a shell.
And then we have mine because I like mine.
Now, are those points natural to its size?
Hold on, I gotta shut this off. My comedian thing quit. Now it's all loud and stupid.
Okay.
Shut up, Dave Chappelle. What's up?
So all those points are natural by the animal?
Yes, absolutely. And actually, most of them stay this sharp unless they have been broken along transport, such as this one, unfortunately.
That's a cool idea. I was thinking of using agave points, the thorns at the end, because there's a spine that goes down the middle of the plant.
Coquito ones. And that's not just where one broke, that is actually the end of it.
Oh, I wonder what kind of animal that is. Is it indigenous to your area, or is it from
No, this is
some other
Mexico.
place?
This is from Quino, Baja Quino. So, Gulf of California.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and they come out in some cool colors.
Yeah. I thought they were kind of like what was I gonna think? I was thinking it was some kind of candy or something.
And some come out super detailed. Like this one was my favorite. That's why I snagged it.
And don't tell me that the rings indicate age or growth.
I honestly, I don't know how these things grow. It's the end of a snail, I want to say, or hermit crab.
No, hermit crabs take on the shell of an abandoned or dead.
So okay, so yeah, this is a snail, and then hermit crabs snag them because they're sweet.
Right, right.
Mm.
Nature, yeah, she is. I mean, some of the stuff they've got on here, it's really cool. Look at that sucker. Leaving the pattern.
Oh yeah, hold on. It's cooler. I got a bunch of these things, man. I save them. I save them every time I go, and I've been going. Oh, shenanigans! I've been going every year since I was like 14, or I haven't gone in about 10 years, but I used to go every year. This one is albino.
Nice.
And this one here. Had the coral annihilate it.
Exactly. You see how they're growing coral on tables or some kind of netting, and then they replant them?
Oh, that's super sweet.
Yeah, because the corals are dying off for some reason. They said they couldn't figure out what was the cause of it. No, that's a sharp one. Dang. You know, I thought if I was going to use, you know how you see the automotive picks? They have the curve.
They're so not sharp. Like I I use them because I don't expect you to scratch a coin. They're so just naturally round. Even at the sharpest point, they're not like, all right, well, this one's a different story. Okay, so most of them aren't like needle point sharp. This little turd is.
I'm not worried, slacker. There's only one word.
Most of these larger ones, there's no like super point to them. They're kind of smooth and nice. And I wouldn't even mind, like, I drag my coin around with this one, and I don't think it's ever hurt it. I'm gonna bag them.
Huh. Those are neat.
You find some cool stuff out there. Like, I would be friends with this homie right here.
Oh, jeez. This thing, you stepped on it.
As far as the snail goes, me and this fool would have been homies because he is hard effing core.
Yep.
And these little things are so damn tough.
Uh-huh.
Like, I've stepped on this thing a few times and they don't break. I would have to pull this thing out of my foot before it broke off. I had a cobweb in there, so I burnt it out. That's why it's black. I didn't trust it.
Bet you can make a pipe out of that one.
Nah, there was a cobweb in there, and I didn't trust putting my finger in there or having a
Mm.
spider crawl out or 1,000 of them because it was like a little nest looking thing. So I was all, nah, I'm just gonna burn you. And that seems the safer way to go about things.
AVG's telling Slacker he has to eat soap.
What?
AVG's, he's in chat. He was telling Slacker. Slacker was apologizing for using a word that was he felt was unnecessary, and he apologized. And then,
Fracking?
well, badass. I mean, it's not.
Fugging?
Yeah,
Fugging.
I mean,
Two
gee,
G's.
sometimes what I hear on the radio, the music
Fugging.
these kids play.
Nah, I listened to, if you haven't YouTube Ryan Upchurch, he's pretty funny.
Oh, okay. There was a
And he's
guy.
also-
There was a funny guy on TV that made a special on him, and he was mentally ill, and had anxiety and some kind of panic attacks. But he's a comedian up front. I'm going, geez, how can he do that and still be up front and then not have a kind of panic attacks? But he's saying that that kind of therapy, being in front of people, it calms him down or makes him get used to being in front of people and not have panic attacks.
I understand that. It's like whenever I'm actually like in a severe depression, I listen to depressing music and surround myself with things that make me feel even worse until I feel nothing, and then I just bounce back immediately.
I do the opposite. I listen to really hard rock or really motivational, like Pumping Iron or something like that.
Yeah, it's and that's where it leads. It ends up like I'll listen to depressing music, and then that depressing music ends up making me feel literally jack shit listening to it. So then I'll go to I Prevail.
There's a song, not a song, but it's a 8 minute. The London Symphony did what's the name of that song? It's from the London Orchestra. When 9/11 happened, the next day they had a concert for the benefit. It was on Platoon. Golly, I can't remember. Hey, hang on. I hear somebody outside my gate. Be right back.
But I always end up listening to I Prevail in the end. Because I Prevail is a damn good band.
It's just my neighbor's kid. He just got home. He's putting stuff in the trash can. My trash cans are on the outside of my gate. What was that? The nickel you just showed?
1972, and that's not the damn coin. That's my holder being sued.
Okay. Got some steps there.
Yeah, I got all of them. This came from a mint set, though, so I'm not surprised. It's not a proof coin, but it came from a mint set.
Coin Collector says, yo tengo que dormir, señor. Son las 4:38 AM. Aquí tengo iglesia a las 8. Tengo cuidado, señor Paz. ¿Qué iglesia? ¿Católica o protestante? Coin Collector. Did you open the airtight?
Yeah.
You pulled it out?
Yeah.
Now, there's the gas right there. Is that?
Yeah, I'm just trying to see if they interrupt enough to actually make it through the stick. Yep, they do. That's unfortunate.
Yeah, but still, wouldn't it be a more valuable coin than if it was not there? I know it's not going to be completely valuable.
Well, I mean,
wouldn't it be adjusted to a lower coin price?
I mean, yeah, because it is a beautiful coin.
Yeah, I could tell.
Because I think it's either a Philly or a Denver. This isn't a proof.
Okay.
It just has blinding fields.
Would it? Okay. Would it be an MS or would it be AU?
Oh yeah. Oh, this would have to
be an MS.
Yeah, if you look right here, he has nowhere on the tops of his hair,
Yeah.
and he has nowhere on his cheekbone, and he has nowhere at the bottom of his lapel.
Yeah. How
I
about
mean, I have a little bit of bag, or we'll say that's bag dings, even though
uh
those shouldn't exist very much.
you too,
But if
coin
you look,
collector? Good night.
but if you look at some of those mint sets, some of those damn things are so dinged up, it's horrid.
Yeah. Well, I got a 63D. The face, the verse is really nice, but there's some damage on the steps. So I put it in a 2x2 just in case later on down the road someone give me a better idea about the condition it's in. So
Those 63Ds are really, really, really hard to get full steps on. It's one of the harder years.
someone told me 67s are hard. That's nice. Ooh. Oh, the other day I did a box a month ago, and I found a 1906 in the penny rolls.
Where the hell is Hoovy and Money at?
Yeah, usually they're up at this time of hour.
She was on Found It Buried, I think. I think that was her voice.
Anytime, coin collector. I'd like to hear you speak to me in Spanish. You
Give
can
me a
practice me
couple of
anytime.
weeks and I could get there again.
I'm sorry.
I said that give me a couple of weeks of like really practicing and I could get there again. Because my grandparents lived out there and I didn't hang out with the grandparents all day. And they're not
Uh-huh.
Mexican. I mean, they barely do enough to get along themselves. So it was either do only things that involved drawing and sand or communicate, motherfucker.
Well, I took over a class. What was it? Friday. I had kids from Ethiopia. I had one kid from Guatemala. I had another kid from well, actually, most of the newcomers are not coming from Mexico. Most of them are coming from south of Mexico, Guatemala, Nicaragua, El Salvador.
It's true.
All
My last coworker was 100% El Salvadorian, and he used to get pissed off when people called him Mexican. It was hilarious. This
EBG
was
office says I can speak here in Russian. Well, I have a Russian book that my dad had. He was trying to learn to speak Russian. The only thing I can remember him teaching me to say anything was Tawadish.
I dated a redhead Irish girl who spoke fluent Russian.
Really?
She was also a special ed high school teacher and a yoga instructor, and was like 5'3", and I don't even want to talk anymore. Missed that one.
Huh.
Oh, that was fun but crazy.
Well, I would imagine.
Russian speaking redhead.
Yeah. Did you speak Gaelic or even Celtic?
Gaelic.
Gaelic. Okay.
Oh yeah, she was like 5'2".
Oh, here we go.
Some red hair, covered in freckles from head to toe. Black girl booty.
Coin Collector just typed in. Well, he must have copied it from Google because he's got Russian in there now. Comrade.
Yeah, she was trying to teach me to speak Russian.
Yeah, my dad. He worked with the irrigation district for all the farmers and ranchers. So he'd pick up, well, of course, Italian because my dad's sister-in-laws were Italian, two of them, and we worked a lot with Italians in the vineyards, and that's how I picked up some Italian, not a whole lot, but I can understand it for the most part. And Spanish is like French and like Portuguese, just the accent sounds different. That's all. Silver, what are you mostly? Are you across the board on all the coins, or Is there anything specific that you keep?
Indian proofs is what I want to really spend my time learning,
Uh,
like heavily. That really does blind you out when I do that. Yeah. But proof set varieties is what I want to do a book on. Because, well, first I have to get a scope that I can function with.
yeah.
Because they are as hard as, well, I make it sound and Chuck make it sound to effing deal with. Because you can know it's there. I've had this thing show up, the one I'm trying to have show up right now, even. I've had this thing show up multiple times on accident.
Uh-huh.
But getting it to show up for you guys, I've yet to be able to do with actual ease. Yep. But I know it's there. But I'm getting better at it. The more I practice with it. Where are you? There you are.
What'd you find?
Oh, it's my reference point.
Oh, okay.
It's what I go back to find if I am doing good with my scoping or not. And this book is
Hey, Gilbert, so when they talk about die-cast markers that's on the coin to identify the correct DDO or DDR, whatever, is the markers that's already been established to establish what error you have on your coin, or is like a reference point from the RPMs or whatever error that the variety shows up as? The die marker's already been identified on a original coin.
Some die markers really help you spot an error or variety, or we'll say variety because errors are more unique than varieties by all means.
Okay, Slacker, are you going already?
What's up?
Well, Slacker's telling me something. Nope. Oh. Let's see. Let me see. Because the conversation that you type on YouTube's faster, but the picture is slower, and then it's slower on the pitch, faster on the picture on StreamYard, and the communication in chat is slower.
It's true. So some pickup points are easier to spot than the actual variety you're looking for.
Uh-huh.
So, yeah, if this was the one I was looking for, that would be really convenient. Nope. How about this one?
Now, do all variety and errors, or I should say, or do all coins identified only by their die markers?
Oh, no.
No?
I mean,
okay.
Well, because a lot of the die markers say that could be it. Please be it. Just because I'm tired of having to re-find you anyway.
Uh-huh.
Okay,
Oh,
this is not.
You got that in a case, huh?
This is an SMS set. These come in this case actually.
Okay.
But this isn't the one I was hoping it would be. This is a different one that I don't know what to do with. Because if you'll see, hold on. Trusty Coca, where are you?
Does deep magnification affect what you can see?
What's that?
No, I'm just asking. Is it better to see a coin from far away for to diagnose a? Ooh, what's that?
It's easier for being able to market one. You don't want to have to be zoomed in 1,000 effing, times to show somebody what you got. It makes it seem like you're trying to, you're reaching.
Uh-huh.
And what people used to tell me, oh, bless your heart, because a lot of the stuff that I find on proof sets and such are pretty deep down in there. So I quit looking for those as much and started focusing on the bigger ones, such as, the one we'll throw back up here just because it's my reference point to get my scope back.
Hey, we had to plan that. Slacker's talking about, and I was just thinking when he mentioned it a little while ago, he came up with the idea of having like a New Year's. We should have everybody just show up and have like a box or two, a battle box between all of us, or just go through the coins, ask questions, have some dinner, snacks and all that kind of stuff. I thought it'd be cool.
You coming to Colorado?
I wish I could. There's a lot of people like to meet from just the coin community. Check his stream. I fake it good. We celebrate New Year's Cross. Yeah, that'd be cool because everybody will be in different time zones. That way we can celebrate it 3 times. Even Sheldon in Hawaii, that'd be a 4th one. Take care of a 95-year-old. Yeah, I know it's like I was taking care of my dad 93 and my mom was 87 last year. Ooh, 70s.
Yeah, that is the 1970 FS 101 Kennedy.
Wow.
If you ever want to look for varieties to search, just go to eBay and type in FS 101.
Man.
After next year, don't put a date behind it. Just type in FS 101.
Have you been cherry picking any of the eBay sites?
Trying. I have one that I'm still in. So this was an eBay cherry pick.
Wow, that's nice.
And I'm still debating on if I think this is a proof coin or not. Me and Money have to talk about this one still. Because he's looked up how to tell on the obverse, and I know how I think to tell on the reverse.
That's still nice. I mean, it's better than what I have. I mean, mine are all brown.
Oh man, you have no idea.
No, I don't.
If you need any peace dollars or SMS sets, let me know. I actually need to get my mom a birthday present. Nobody bought anything the other day. And her
As a matter of fact, I might, because my grandson and my granddaughter, for Christmas, I'd like to get them, coins of the 20th century and get everything from 1900 until 2019. My grandson was born in 2012, and my granddaughter was just born this year.
So I cherry picked this. Hold on, I'm actually going to clean this cover.
Oh, that's cool, Slacker. Let's do it to international. Hey, we could do the whole night that way. Oh, you even got Hucky Pucks there, huh? Midnight? It's live stream. I can do hunt beginning of the year and the end of the year. Yeah, cool. Super. I see you got Hucky Pucks there. Isn't that what those are? Uh-oh. Are we back?
I had no idea what that was all about.
I know. I was like stuck.
Damn it, my close lens spray is not close. So now we have to do a long stretch. Oh, that was successful. Surprising. Way to go, me.
See, now I turned my light all the way up on my scope. So that's what it looks like right now.
Oh, I go back and forth in my lighting consistently, depending on what I'm looking at, all effing day.
Now, what see that spot right there under the N and the I? Looks like it's bubbled up, kind of coarse, not very flat. Is that a detraction from the quality of the coin?
That's something that I need to watch more videos on
Okay,
because that is debatable.
because that could be coin deterioration or gas escaping from the coin, because it's got some pits in there. What do you have here? Here, let me put you on because it looks better when it's that way. There we go. 67. Let me guess. MS. It's Cameo, isn't it?
Yep.
Wow.
But they weren't supposed to have Cameo for the SMS sets. And as far as Cameo goes, I thought this one was rather impressive for what I had ever seen for a SMS set.
Uh huh.
So I thought it had deep Cameo potential. But it's got a decent grade. It's an MS66 Cameo.
I thought it'd be up that high. What would make it a 68 or is that
Actually
is that the
something
part
I
we need to
can
learn?
answer, but I don't know if I've ever seen one for. Well, I've never personally held one for a SMS set, but I can show you the difference in a different set.
SMK, how you doing? Oh, EVG says he wants you to send him your Avalanche puck.
Which one?
Yeah, he didn't say. I think he said with just Avalanche. Are they both Avalanche?
I got 4 of them, and they're all Avalanche because I bleed blue and burgundy.
I think the last time I ever watched a full game was when Miracle on Ice back in the '80s.
So we have Colorado and Varlamov signed. Camo. Happy Halloween, motherfucker.
Yeah.
We even got the Zamboni, dog.
I even taught my kids street hockey using rollerblades. EVG says the second one you picked.
Yeah, I would too. Even though he doesn't play for us anymore. I don't know who he plays for now. But we got a pretty good setup of goalies. We just had a rookie come from the amateur league and nail a shootout or a shutout. Straight up scoreless for his first NHL team or game ever played.
I'm gonna tell Slacker we should plan it. You know, make it like 6 people, you know, on the panel, and then people trade off so they all can have a chance to be on, and one person be the host. Or we can trade hosts for every time zone. That would be good. That
So
way we
you see the fields of that quarter?
Oh yeah.
That is a 68 field. Just how it's basically fluid.
Uh-huh.
And this isn't. You see how that's not fluid?
Yeah. I can see some haze to it.
This is more of a 65, even without the haze. Just the luster alone is not that of the quarter. Even if I try to go.
EVG wants to know how much you want to give you, how much you want for that puck. Let me see the penny a little closer.
Are you a really, if you're a really big Avalanche fan, I won't even look up what they're going for, and I'll shoot you out a number here and like, let me think about it for like a couple seconds on me parting with it.
That is
because
nice.
I am in dire need of cash. And if you're an Avalanche fan, that's awesome as hell. And I'll gladly spread the love.
EVG, do you hear that? He says he'll mention a price in a little bit.
I was like, yeah, I don't even know what they're going for, but I'll gladly. Yeah, I need money. So I don't know. You shoot me a fair number.
Slacker, did you send me a message? Let me put this away. Hold on. Let's see what you do. Oh, you did make a message. Okay. So at the end of the, I got a picture from Slacker. His gnome was covered in a party outfit, and not only that, he's all covered with confetti, and that's cool. That is very cool.
And if you're an actual hockey fan,
Me or EVG?
And anybody here, if anybody is a hockey fan of, well, the olden days, let me know if you have a favorite player, because I actually do have a bunch of late 70s, early 80s hockey cards. I don't have any Wayne Gretzky's. I've been through them all. I wish. I effing wish. I wish. But I do have like some quality rookie cards and such.
EVG says to you about that puck.
I would say
Yes,
$50. I would say 50, and if you thought that was too expensive, I would throw in some BU pennies or such to make it even. Because I know 50 is, I don't know if that is expensive for a Varley autograph.
Midnight wants to know, was it used in a specific game?
No. It's an official game puck, yes, but never used. Actually, it might have been used. Huh?
Who's the signature on it?
Varlamov, it was our goalie for the past. Shit, he was our main goalie for at least the past 2 years, 2 or 3. Oh, and I just lost live stream chat for a minute. My phone likes to drop the ability to read it once in a while. Boo. I have the original newspaper clipping from when Wah and Osgood got in the fight, where Wah's face is all bloodied up on the front page of the Mile High Rocky Mountain. When the goalies got in the fight in 01.
No, EVG hasn't said anything. You told him the price, so.
Yeah, I don't think it's used. I agree with you.
Yeah.
Although I have a few used things, like I have a stick and a couple game jerseys that have a little strap that you hook around your pants so they can't pull your fucking your hood over your shirt over your head to fight. No, I wish this was a Patrick Waugh. I don't have anything signed by Patrick Waugh yet, but there's a dude who runs a comic and coin shop who has 2 signed airbrushed Waugh helmets that are like the old Yeti ones, and I effing want one.
EVG countered your offer by saying $40.
I would feel weird if I didn't recounter with 45.
My 2 brother-in-laws played semi-pro. Ithaca comments and the New Haven Nighthawks. Hockey is big in the family.
That's awesome. Yeah, I played for 7 or 8 years. I was actually on the cover of Sports Digest, fucking up and coming superstars. I got a little picture when I was like 7 or 8.
Uh-huh.
Ice hockey through and through, always.
EVG says now Connors with 4250.
All right, deal. I figured they had to have the third counter in there. That's why I would have felt weird not doing the 45 counter.
Yeah.
So I watched too many auction shows to not do that, or storage or pawn shop,
Uh-huh.
which is a total lie because I don't even haggle with my LCS. I normally pay with whatever the F they tell me to pay,
Uh-huh.
and then once a month I go in there and I just kind of demand something for free, but something simple
Uh-huh.
like a Franklin book.
You know, the one that there's only one in the next town with Fresno. And
Hey, will somebody who can type in chat type in uh, my what I say out, or I can just say that you type it in. It's
okay.
David dot a dot Stern, which is STERN.
David dot Stern dot, you said?
David dot a dot Stern
Okay.
303 at gmail.com, which is also a business email as well as the PayPal, so you can send any information along with it to that, and it goes to my email.
Okay, so David dot A Stern.
Oh, David dot a dot Stern. Ha ha ha.
Okay. Another dot. Okay.
303
303
at gmail.com.
at G.
Yeah, it's a long one.
Oh no, you gotta see mine.
But to be fair, my other one was like something like Stern69 at gmail.com. I didn't feel like that was very professional.
There, three of us got it there. David A Stern, David dot A dot Stern 303 at gmail.com.
You are absolutely correct, Midnight.
Right.
And I will put, I think I even have an empty shipping container right next to me here. Where is that? Cool. Thank you. That's super cool. I didn't expect that. This will get bagged up and wrapped up nicely. Along with probably an Avalanche card. Who's your favorite hockey player?
Me?
And well, for now, EVG, because I think
Yeah.
EVG bought this. So I'm asking who his favorite player is at the moment, because he's the one who I have to send a package to. But I am interested in your guys' favorite hockey players, because I don't.
All I ever heard was Wayne Gretzky and another guy. When they used to play without helmets on.
There's no hockey fans in Colorado anymore, you guys. They're all fair weather fans. It hurts my pride. As the chicks up here have more hockey gumption than most of the guys I know. I don't have a single guy hockey friend. It's weird. It's weird.
Before Gretzky, there was a guy. I try to remember his name because I used to watch him on Sunday sometimes, and very few. But he was the only player I really watched a lot. I can't remember even the team he played on.
No favorites? Really? Who's your favorite team then? And where are you from, Midnight Silver Run? Is it the good old CO? Ovechkin. God, are you a Red Wings fan?
Is that bad?
Well, I mean, we are blood rivals.
Oh, okay. That's bad.
I mean, not anymore, because now they say our rivals are... Oh, I'm missing another puck. I have another puck here somewhere. Because it's our rival team. And it was from Rival Night.
Are they hard to come by? Signed?
And our rival team is now the effing Blackhawks.
Bobby Orr, that's the guy's name.
Ooh, I might have a Bobby Orr.
You do?
I might have a Bobby Orr card. It won't be a rookie card or one of the
okay.
super expensive ones, but maybe. Also,
I
I
think
don't,
EBG is in. Oh shoot,
and
I
I
forgot
don't,
where he's from.
I definitely don't hate the skill of the player. I mean, the only player that I can say that I genuinely don't like, well, there's two. I hate Bertuzzi, and I will always hate Bertuzzi.
And reason is,
He broke one of our players' necks by coming up behind him and like ramming his head into the ice
oh
when he
shit.
wasn't paying attention after the play was dead, like out of spite. Got fined, like paralyzed the guy. He got fined and banned from hockey for a year. But then that year, hockey went into lockout, and they considered the lockout his 1 year suspension.
No, that's not right.
So the year that everybody was banned from hockey was considered his 1 year ban. And I thought that is unfair because he paralyzed that dude.
Slacker EVG originally is from Russia.
Cool. Oh, it's true. I forgot. You are a badass, and I owe you at least this because I couldn't remember who the F stream I went into because I followed Sheldon one night right at the end of one of your streams
Uh huh.
and got a giveaway from you, but your card didn't say a whole lot. And I never was able to get to your stream afterwards, so I didn't know who to do the mail call on. But you sent me this.
That's nice.
Yeah, I toned it a little bit as I was playing around.
Yeah, that's
But
a
it's
copper round, isn't it?
yeah, it's a $2 bill copper round. It has like all the info of the $2 bill on it. And
There's
oddly
the
enough,
channel. The
it
guy
has
talks
a
nothing but
coin flip.
$2 bills. He's pretty cool about it too.
Most metal rounds have metal alignment, which is Canadian, turns this way.
Uh huh.
I thought it was cool that this one actually has coin alignment. Most do not. Most
Oh,
have metal.
the other thing I did today, I went through some of my foreign coins because I couldn't identify them. I went to numista.com and I found some of them.
Who went silent? Oh,
No, I'm here. I think I am.
okay. So my favorite player, I'd have to say Mario Lemieux.
I've heard that name.
Mario and Claude Lemieux and Mike Ricci were, oh man, that was an amazing set of years. And being in Colorado when it happened, I have to appreciate Bork because he spent all that time with the Penguins and didn't get anything. And then the first year he came to Colorado, he held the Stanley Cup.
Did that coin you're showing right now, did it naturally turn those colors?
No, I did this.
Oh, okay.
Only because it's bullion and it's a 2019 and it ended up matching the case pretty well.
Yeah, it does.
Oh, I was just trying to play around. I had just watched Spectacular do his toned thing. I was like, all right, I'll try. And then I found something out while doing that, though. Where'd that stay here? You can't really stack Canadian, or you can't really tone this coin. I have put it in with 2 freshly crushed scrambled egg or hard-boiled eggs. And this is all it's toned in legit being in a Tupperware concealed with a hard-boiled egg on 2 separate occasions. It has done nothing. Which I had it in there next to this one. So these happened at the same time, mind you.
EBG says his two favorite is Ovechkin, and Macklin.
I love Cody McLeod too. I mean, for a new age player, I love McLeod. I'm pissed off that we got rid of McLeod. I will never be mad. I'll never stop being mad. that we got rid of him. Man, that was one of the worst decisions. That guy was amazing. And all he really did was fight people. His job was to fight the dude who tried to hit our scorer. And he was really good at it, but he could also score too. It was great.
If I'm not seeing this correctly, but is that a ledge? Oh. Are we still there? Testing 1, 2, 3. Can anybody hear me? Testing 1, 2, 3.
Sorry, had to do beer run.
Oh, definitely. No, I was looking at your ledge up there on top. Is there an animal, stuffed animal up there, or some kind of furry thing on your ledge?
Hold on, I didn't stand up for a very long time, and now my knee's pissed off.
Thanks, SMK.
Oh. Pop, you son of a bitch. Oh, thank God. All right, what's up? Oh, let's drop this down. So I have these. And then this ledge consisted of that thing is, I'm assuming, I don't know. I've asked a million people.
Is that a flask?
Kinda. I mean, giant pirate rum jug is what I've heard.
Uh-huh. You got some symbols that look familiar.
Got a big old flower.
Does it feel old or look old?
Oh yeah, it's like 3D too. But it doesn't peel.
Huh. Never seen anything like it. Looks like some kind of liquid hardened over it.
Yeah. Super detailed.
Yeah, I could tell. There's a flower right there. Looks like with a bursting something in the center. Do you ever have to take a picture of it and send it to some of the museums?
Not museums, but I've taken it to 7 antique shops, and they have all gone, huh, let me know when you find out what it is. It's really cool.
Huh.
I went to a fucking antique shop expo where there was like 40 dealers there, and not a single one.
AVG's asking for a bill or an invoice.
Let me knock this back down.
Now, what are those things?
These are Funko Pops.
Well, it looks like Slacker knew what they were.
That's the one I just got, and it makes me think there's a cool movie coming out here one of these days, because it's Venomized Iron Man.
Huh. I've never seen it before.
Yeah, they're either bobbleheads or some actually aren't bobbleheads. A lot of them are really rare, especially the one from Toys R Us, because that shit don't even exist no more.
Oh, they do. They're opening new ones.
I know.
They're smaller size in larger markets, though. I thought that was always a dumb thing for the company to do was, um, close down. They should have just went to a small, like Best Buy did. The one in Fresno, they went from, I think, 70,000 square foot, and they made it down to, if I remember correctly, I get the manager said about 40,000 to 30,000 square feet.
It's probably just a shit ton of Superman down there.
Yeah, I see it.
Superman variants.
How many of those do you have?
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 30, 40-ish.
Wow. The other day I was watching BBS Small Engines, and he had an old Winnebago, which was a Tonka one. I used to have one of those a long time ago when I was a kid, and I saw that. That reminds me of those things. Box of pennies?
Oh yeah, I mean, there's stuff all under here is nothing but jar upon jar upon jar upon jar of date separated pennies.
I just did this right now with a 13 chambered, almost like a fishing tackle box. I think I'm gonna go back and get one for every year, and then as soon as I get 50 in a tray, I'm gonna roll them up. But for right now, they're in a 13 plastic tray. It looks like about a 6x6 square. Oh, Confederate?
Yeah, Confederate teen.
You don't have it in a sleeve, or is it?
I don't have a sleeve big enough for it. I've never bought a horse blanket sleeve before, and those don't fit in regular sleeves.
Slacker says he has the Twisty the Clown pop.
That's pretty odd. So what else is down here? We got Batman Soldier, Batman Beyond, or not Superman Soldier, Batman Beyond, Nightmare Batman, Blackest Night Superman, Nightmare Batman.
EVG says 3 minutes
Arkham Knight Batman,
or I changed my mind.
Bob Ross. And that mystery one's a Superman too. And somewhere in here, there's a glow in the dark Goku. Got another Superman. And what about changing mine?
It says EVG says he has 1 minute to get the invoice. I'm thinking he's saying invoice or the bill, or just going to change his mind.
I'm scrolling up to read. Oh wait, never mind. It hadn't gone through yet.
Slacker says you have a cool collection.
EVG hobbies. Yes. Let me. This is my only device at the moment, so in order for me to do that, I have to back out of this stream potentially to get PayPal all going.
Oh, that was blotchy.
Sorry, I'm also new to the whole selling shite, so bear with me to a small degree, sir.
I'm gonna grab me something to drink to myself. Be right back.
Search email, all inboxes. Don't give me a count on that 5-minute issue because it might take me like 7. I hope you can hear me. All right, I'm downloading PayPal now because I'm on a new phone, and turns out this one did not have, so I'm in the process. Because it didn't pop up with the old thing until I have this downloaded, turns out. So 1 second.
Okay, I'm back. Let's see.
Sorry, I'm verifying I'm not a robot.
Wow, we got quiet in here.
It's because I'm trying to do shit.
No, I mean on the chat. I mean, I know you're busy. Let's see what year this coin is. That's rough. 66. Anybody else want to come up and talk? I have a lot of figures.
What's that?
Star Wars. I'm listening. I'm reading the chat because Slacker says he has a lot of signed figures and pictures from Star Wars, Star Trek, and other TV movie actors.
Oh, that's awesome. I'm never really was huge into the Star Wars and such. Where's that other card deck? God damn. It should be an easy fix because I made eye contact with those very, very short. I can PV'd myself and misplaced things without even moving like magic. bugger has to be here somewhere.
Wow, all these are 60s. I didn't know I had this jar of 60s. Isn't that crazy? 61. Let's see, 64. I have to separate these. 7. $19.60. I can't believe I dropped this many coins. I'm gonna pick them all up right now.
Where the F did I put my PayPal card? Sorry, I don't know if you guys can still hear me or not. I'm just looking for my PayPal card at the moment.
Yeah,
Which is in this room. Never left anywhere. So should be an easy thing. Easier than it's turning out to be, at least.
Ouch. Okay. Midnight Silver Run tells me to tell you to stop because ED says, yeah.
What's up?
Well, I said that, let me start from the beginning. Not sure, but don't think he wants it anymore. EVG says, Midnight Silver Run, yeah. But then he says, Hector, interesting coins, tell him to stop. He starts,
Okay.
And he's laughing.
You're fine, man. No worries at all. Back in the stack she goes. Don't know why I can't find the PayPal card though. It's an irritating scenario.
81.
Not like I have any fundage on it at the moment anyway. Still an irritating scenario.
It is. Mom won't be happy. I'm not doing much tomorrow. Need to give my shoulders a rest. A shoulder arrest. 76.
Well, I'm sorry that I didn't meet your time deadline, sir. Maybe another day.
81. Well, I found this whole bunch of coins. I cannot believe it. Didn't know I had it was there. That's okay. Also found them. 82. Let's see what the weight is on 82. Whoops. 3.1.
Oh, I just lost a phone. Or didn't lose a phone. Phone fell into the sink as I was shaving.
Oh,
And never recovered, unfortunately. So I've just been using the PS4 because I have no income at the moment because, well, life kind of punched me in the throat. And rent took priority over new phone.
yeah, of course.
Because even the insurance was $190, and I didn't have $190 unless I were to sell a whole bunch of silver. But I don't really have the followers or auction stream to do so. So I was actually prepping a bundle of stuff to send over to Robert to try to solve the whole scenario because I don't want to just sit and, waste away in my own despair. I do like to make progress.
Put the phone in a bag of rice if you got it
I
wet.
did. Now I did for 3 days, and now when I plug it in, it says my device is wet and my charger won't charge. It just flashes that red symbol at you.
You know, my phone, the one I'm using for streaming sometimes, I have that in a bag for let's see, what did they say? How many days I had it for there? 3 days, 4 days? And the other one says use a blow dryer.
Yeah, I left it in a solid bag of gypsum rice for 4 days or 3.5 days.
Well,
Pulled it out.
get a load of this. I didn't use the phone or plug it in or charge it for anything for at least 6 or 8 months. And I just happened to find it again in a bag of all the phones that we have. And I went ahead and plugged it in, and it worked. And I still use it right now for like a backup for if my phone dies and I didn't have it charged yet. I used the original one just so that I could use it for streaming.
And I had a really good Note 4 that I had as a backup for years upon years upon years. And my dumbass gave it to an ex because we'd been together for a couple of years, and she broke her phone. And then there goes all the stuff you ever buy for yourself, right?
Yeah.
And all your hoodies.
I know that feeling. I lent my car to a girlfriend of mine. She wrecked it.
Oh, I'll gladly send you my address, sir. Would you send me your email? And or type it in private chat if you have a way to hit up the basement at least, and I will write it on down at this very moment.
Well, you did post your email in chat, so
Yeah, oh yeah, and that david.a.stern@gmail is an email, so I do get straight emails through that thing. Which is why I thought that it would house the other stuff for the PayPal, but it did not. And then I tried to download PayPal, which I should be done with as soon as I find that damn card. Because the funny part is I don't even necessarily need the card number. I would need the second form of verification, and the only two forms it gives me is send a text message to my phone number or type in my credit card number, because I've already done the email. And unfortunately, I don't have the phone to effing type in. Or else it would be solved quick as fucking pie. Because my life can't be easy, yo. There's expectations of ease.
send me right here. Something my stroke out. 68. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
And I can
7, 8, 9.
design it for you, and I'll write it down and ship it out at this exact moment and give you a tracking number as of the AM.
7, 8. 69.
And some sweet coinage. Why? Because it's fucking almost Christmas.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Sorry, Hector.
No problem.
That you're not one to use the F-bombs and such as much.
Hey,
I forget the crowd differential in which I hang out with. My apologies.
let's put it this way. In high school, that's all I hear.
Well, yeah, but it's going from, Phil and TLT and
Yeah.
then over to you. I got to remember that you're not one who smokes or uses foul language to a high degree.
Even as angry as I get, I don't use it. It's funny because I can really tear you apart if I use my language skills. And I every once in a while, rarely do I ever use it. I really don't have to because I have a pretty bad temper. Well, it's a nice 69.
I still need to do a sticker.
You know something? I got to do the same thing.
I was gonna work with Label. Label's the one I think who did that.
Yeah, Label. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know who also does it too? There's 2 or 3 people that I know. One of them is Cajun's cousin, Liz Ann.
And I
And
know
then there's another guy.
Al to a degree.
I'm sorry?
Al to a degree.
Yep.
Let me
That,
go back
that
to
was
my
the third one I
emails.
was thinking of.
Here's your email.
Uh-oh. MSK says that his phone's at 8%. That's why I like my 2 phones. Actually, I have more than that. It's just that.
That would be easier. That's for damn sure.
Yeah. And the only reason I have 2 is because I dropped one into the water. I was giving my grandson a bath, and he asked me to give him a towel, and I had just had to put it in my back pocket, and I turned as I put it in my back pocket, it fell in the water. Dang it! I was pissed. And then it didn't work. It shorted out on me, so then I had to do the rice thing, and it didn't work. And then a few months later, after I had put it in the bag of rice, I just let it sit there for a few months. Plugged it in, it worked.
I wish I would have.
Do you still have it?
Yeah, I put it back in there. It's sitting there again now. We'll see what happens one day.
Yeah, air it out. Yeah, let the. I think what it was is because when I dropped it, it was in February. In the summer when it got hot, I think most of the evaporation got out of the machine because it was so hot in the summer.
Where is it?
One.
Regardless of what goes down here, potentially I do know where that thing is.
SMK. Who do you see on the stream? Are you actually using the comic books on your desk, or is that a mat? Been on almost 2 hours.
What's up?
0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 68. 68D. Ooh, Canadian. No, not Canadian. What is this? Give it a second. It is Canadian. I found a Canadian among American pennies. 1993. Ooh, that's got a good bump. Okay, SMK. See you in the next stream. Good night.
Yeah, my friend.
67. 61. Slacker Stacker's asking you if you know anything about phones, cell phones.
Not a whole bunch, my friend. I am not the most shit. I'm not the smartest turd.
Slacker is kind of a electronics engineer.
So unfortunately, I have one of the phones that the battery does not come out anymore, which I genuinely am not the biggest fan of.
64. 66. $62 plain. Ooh, what a gash mark on that B. Huh. You actually see his eyeballs. So you don't know how to open one.
You mean jailbreak? I'm assuming is what you're meaning by that. And no, I do not. If that is the question.
62. Is yours? Are you able to open yours?
No, mine. Well, no, I've never tried to pop one of the ones that.
Yeah, that's what I had to do. I had to pop mine open in order to get the rice in there.
Because I imagine it's something to do with just the connector on my charging port, because it just says that that's over. It says that that has moisture, and there is absolutely no moisture. I'm sure of this. It's been set out without moisture for far longer.
Crap! If you can open, you can dry it out fast. Yeah, I would say so. That's what I did. I had to open mine up. I'll tell you one thing. I've got so many phones. I wish I had.
I appreciate everything that you did do. Hope it helped me try to make that sale and all that anyway. But as they say, 'tis what 'tis, correct?
Yeah. 65. 0, 1, 2, 3. Oh, you got the big red book.
No, that's actually a cherry picker's guide.
Cherry picker's guide. That's right. I keep forgetting specific to those nomenclatures of the names. 0, 1, 2.
That book doesn't house near as much as you wish it would.
What would be a better book to get?
I personally, I don't own it, so I can't give you a 100% answer to that. But I think, and from what I hear, Strike It Rich with Pocket Change is a better book.
Okay.
Or houses more in what we deal with. I'm gonna find that shit. Or I'm gonna forget.
Slacker wants to know if that phone that you dropped in the water, is it an iPhone or an Android?
Android, but I think it's one of the new Google ones where the battery doesn't disconnect. I want to say, oh no, it wasn't. It was Galaxy S9 or some shit.
Ooh, 9. The 9. That I dropped an S5.
Or it could be the Note 9 or one of the stupid things. I don't remember. I gave up on it. It's right here.
Yeah, my S5 I dropped in the water.
It is a Samsung. Yeah, I need my loop to look them up. That's a Samsung A20.
I'm sorry?
It's the Samsung SM-A20.
Ooh, a 1960.
I might be able to get it to turn on enough to give me the initial screen. I haven't tried in a long time. Because it'll do this.
It'll take a while for it to even indicate anything else.
And then does that.
And no charge.
No touch. And it's been pushing a month.
Have you tried holding the three buttons down?
Yeah, I can get it to do this. If I hold it right when it does that little exchange from the little charge symbol to the do not charge symbol,
Mm-hmm.
it'll go through this process just long enough to beep at me and tell me to unplug. Once it turns all the way on, though, which I find hilarious. But I still need to find my damn PayPal card because, damn it.
Ooh, what'd it do? Unplug charger.
And off.
That's it. Oh no,
No, then it'll do this and then start the whole process of turning red again.
that means it's still wet inside then.
But it's been over a month in rice.
Yeah, but mine was not in rice for a week, and it still wouldn't charge, and it wouldn't even turn on. But what I did do was I left it out on my desk somewhere, and I didn't see it for a while, and I said, "Where'd it go?" Then it came back all of a sudden, and someplace nearby, and I just let it dry out, over months because I didn't use it because I already bought a new one, and sure enough, it works still. It might take longer, maybe deep inside the phone.
Who knows? Turd phone.
Okay, let's see. I'm trying to figure out what this 60 is. Let me look up.
Oh, no worries.
I'm sorry?
I said no worries at all.
There we go. Nope. Not what I want. It may be repairable if you're willing to spend the money. There's still moisture in it. Set it somewhere warm and let it sit. Yeah, I think the same thing there. The Slacker and Midnight are saying. Super. Looks like there's a coin underneath your book.
There is.
No silicone packs?
Yeah. Yes, it is.
So let's see. I'm looking at a 1960D, and I pulled up what should be a large date. That's a large date, right?
Oh, I want to say yes.
I want to say yes too. Okay, of the two, the small date is more valuable.
That one I haven't paid near enough attention to be honest.
Yeah, I'm looking at the where's this called? USA Coin Book.
I've given up on how to take apart this phone, so no, I have not Googled how to take apart the phone. Because I don't know if you saw the front of it, she's not in the best of condition. Nor was it a very expensive phone to begin with. That was one of the, I think it was $100 or $150 off the racks.
Midnight. Do you think this is a small date? I'm looking at the pictures of the large date in comparison to the small date. It does look like a small date, don't it? The bottom of the phone. Show me the. He wants you to show him the charge port.
It's
of
the
phone.
new Google Oval one. Let me turn this light down here.
Yeah, because this and this, the point from this top of the 6 down to the curl of the 6, and from the middle of the 6 curl going up is wide. And according to the picture, the wider is a large date. So this is a large date. Right, Midnight? No, it's not. Okay, I'm getting confused. Is Midnight, is this a large date? Small more date is more egg shape in the middle. Okay, I'm gonna take a look at that picture again. Okay. I see the differences. And I was saying it was large date before because of the 6. Okay. So large date. Now I know. Cool. Learn something every day.
Oh, hey, I don't think you've been in here while I had this silver run.
Ooh, this is a bad one. Dirty 69S. Put that to the side. $69D. $65. $68. $63. Okay. Okay, I got a 60 here. This is the one you said was large date. And then this one here is another 60 date. So midnight.
Let me look and see if I have my little eyeglass screwdriver.
Okay.
Right. No.
So midnight. Do you think this is the small date now?
No, no
It's so
screw.
large. Wow, I can't tell the difference because it looks different than this one. See how the wider the 6 space between the top. Now, I can agree with that one. That one looks like a large date. But I'm going to change this one for that one. And that D is funny looking. Let me see. Let me get my little light. Where's my little light? Here it is. Yeah, that's what I thought that was a small date. But, you know, you guys are the experts, so I go along with. Let me turn the light down. See what it looks like.
Thank you, Fire Tracker. I wish I knew more about these Android phones. Yeah, there's no screws on this one. I've opened up everything. Like I popped out the little spot that houses the SD card and SIM card for a little extra wind flow, I guess. So that's 1970 S Kennedy.
Huh. I'm going to keep those separate because I'm not that good yet. 64. Oh, here's another 60. That's a different one there. Midnight. Hey, Super, what are you looking at right now?
1970 S Kennedy FS 101.
Wow. Definitely large. Good. I can see the large. Mostly on the 6. Because on the photograph it's showing this. I don't know if you can see my cursor. Probably not. But as the curve goes into the 6, a straight line up, and then from the outside, the up top of the 6, coming down to the curved middle 6. Go back to the other one. Okay. And that one looks like that one. And I'll pull it back. And this one. And this one. And that one. See, to me, these two look like large dates, as you were saying. And this one is a small date. Because it doesn't look as long and it's thicker. Okay. So I got
Colorado.
2 large and 1.
I'm in Colorado.
You know, I've driven through Colorado and never stopped more than just gas and food. That was it.
Beautiful place. Getting really, really, really expensive, but beautiful place.
Well, I know your gas is cheaper than it is in California. I know that.
Yeah, but you can't find a 1-bedroom apartment for under $1,200.
Try San Francisco.
Yeah, it's the only one that I can say is comparable.
My cousin, she lives in the Bay Area, and she pays $4,200 a month for a 2-bedroom apartment.
Yep, studios downtown go for 23. You don't even get a fucking bedroom. You get a bed that folds up into the wall for $2,000 a month.
I just can't see how that's gonna. Man,
They have a gas fire or a gas stove in them that you couldn't fit a small turkey in.
really?
I swear to God, I installed them. I worked for a appliance factory for a year and did all the downtown Denver installs. Yeah, they get a mini fridge with a freezer, so it's like, I don't know, it's a 16-inch fridge with a little freezer on top. They get a 24-inch wide gas fireplace or gas stove with 2 burners on top. Oh yeah, it's like it's horribly tiny, man. I wish I would have taken more pictures.
JC Will, how you doing? Yeah, $4,200 a month. She works. Her husband works. Her oldest daughter, her second oldest daughter, and they have a roommate. Yeah, they all. I don't see how they can survive there, but they do. She was planning to come down to live in this area, but the jobs don't pay as well as it does up there. So they're gonna stick it out, and then they're gonna retire, and then they'll move down here. I can't believe that price is 69876. 69D. I don't know about that. My kids went to Texas and we were there for 10 days and they didn't appreciate Texas. We did because the family was there. The kids didn't like it because a lot of things like dry counties and the closest McDonald's was like 50 miles away. 62. 62 again. Hello, Mr. JC Will. Good morning. Slacker, it's in Fremont. It's in the Bay Area. Very close to Google, Silicon Valley. That's more than a Porsche. Oops, here's another one. I'm going to say this is a large date. Hey, Coin Junkie. Average 1-bedroom, $1,200 to $1,500 Canadian. So about $950. That's cheap. Well, I tell you one thing, our house is paid off. That makes a big difference in our budget. Midnight, do you think this is a large set? Yes, they are. I keep all my pre-82s. I just didn't notice that this was a recent discovery that I had at my desk, and it was covered behind some stuff. I didn't realize it was there until right now. 1963. I'll tell you one benefit of this, Super.
Yes, sir.
Even if I try to save $5 a month, try to do it religiously, for some reason I just couldn't save, enough.
Yeah.
And for some reason, even collecting the pennies. Oh, I like that pointer. Ooh, two serifs, and the whole D
19
behind it.
1950
Penny,
nickel.
nickel. Nice. What's the condition of it? Not too bad. Like I'm an expert.
You're not horde. I could bust out some fun stuff, I guess. Where's that club? There it is.
I tell you one thing. I'm thinking about taking a job on part time. U.S. Census Bureau sent me a flyer. Now that's a large date again. I'm gonna keep them all in one spot, and then check them later again. 64. In California, well, actually, they pay by state average, but in California, they pay up to $18 an hour starting, and they're looking also for recruiting assistants and what else? Office coordinators, which would be more. And they're right now looking until January to recruit new, but it's part-time, it's flexible, it's weekends and nights. If you didn't work too many hours, it could be good for someone to get extra time in. Besides, I was planning to retire this summer, but if I can postpone it, that'd be good. 64 plane. Oops, missed it. Where'd it go? Are you searching more nickels there, Super?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought I was the only one doing. I was the one doing it, but it's fine. Let's see. No, I wish it was paid off. Yeah, slacker, but it took me 30 years to pay mine off. $68D. 65. That's right. I'd never asked you if you were in an apartment or a house.
I lost my house in 2016, and I'm trying to rebuild, so I'm in a little one-bedroom apartment.
Well, I lost my job in, what was it? 2015. So I'm rebuilding, so I know what that's like. And I still paid my house off, but it was a struggle, boy, I tell you. It wasn't easy. especially the last 4 years. But at least that part's done. Now we got a few more things to do to catch up and start living a life. (1964) has a DDO. That's why I'm separating them, JC. I'm gonna put also. I'm separating them by date. I'm keeping the S's separate, and I'm putting the D's and the Philadelphias, and I'm sorting them by year, and then I'm gonna go through each one and compare them to coppercoins.com. Actually, I like to go through while someone's watching me, like a stream right now. But right now, all I'm doing is, ooh, that's a nice one. 68S. Bless you.
Hey.
Uh-huh. Got all my 68, 69S is all in a pile. I've got 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, all in S's. San Francisco and set to a side. Here's a large date. I'm assuming this is a large date, I should say, to qualify that. 2015 W.
Mm-hmm.
Is that still a dime?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, you scared me there for a minute. I was gonna jump for joy for you. So this is a large date, 1960D. (1969S). Keep that separate. And this one here. Oop, wrong side. 1967. (62D). Whoops. What's wrong with that D? Pull it off too fast. Nope. 0, 1, 2. Ooh. That one's strange. That's got to be a large date. It looks like it's the zero's smushed. 67. Slacker, you still here? 68. Sal's not missing you yet? Slacker? And 2015 W, Rosie, did they have a proof reverse?
No, it comes in a 3-pack with the March of Dimes commemorative. And it comes with another dime, and I can't remember if it's a reverse proof Philly or if it's just a regular one. But I don't think it was a reverse proof dime, or else I absolutely would have grabbed it. I think this was the only W that was in that little 3-pack, which is why I made sure that I had to have that one.
JC Will says, wow, Indian Head Penny.
Yeah, buddy. These are my favorites. And I'm thinking this one's a proof. I need to do more of my research to know for sure.
JC Will, have I subscribed to you? I'm checking your channel right now, see if I have.
I feel retarded for not knowing what RFD metal, what RFD means. I feel genuinely kind of weird.
Don't feel bad. I don't know what it means.
I've been studying for a year. It's like every day, every solid waking moment, and I'm genuinely surprised to be caught off guard right now.
Also a large RFD metal. Red, fine design. Just making it up. $69. Wow, I'm getting a lot of 69s here. San Francisco Mint is my favorite here because we get a lot of Denver.
I live in Denver. I feel your pain times 1,000. I save my Philadelphia as if it were a variety amongst themselves.
I get Denver and Philadelphia. I rarely get San Francisco.
I don't get Phillies. I get more San Francisco than I do Philly, and that is pittance compared to the surplus of nothing but Denver's I see.
67.
Oh. Yes.
Oh, Franklin Delano Roosevelt, FDR.
Which makes sense.
Well, I should know it. I'm a history buff, and FDR has always used that term. So I felt really dumb there. $68. $68S. Wow. We're getting a lot of S's here. And this is one of the jars I didn't look at. And this is 67.
This was probably my favorite junk bin $1 Indian head penny find.
Really?
Yeah, because when I pulled it out, because nobody looked at it because it's a solid brown.
Uh-huh.
But I have all 4 diamonds.
Did you look at it through a loop?
I have it through the scope now. Yeah, I looked through it through a loop at the shop.
Right.
Yeah, I got full Liberty, full feathers, full diamond, full pearl necklace on a 1900.
Now, how did they miss it?
I don't know. It cost me $1.
And you didn't, well, of course, you didn't want to tell them that that's what's on there.
It's a giant bin. There's a dude who his sole job is to go through everything that comes in and take out anything worth money.
Uh-huh.
If I were to tell him that he missed something, then that dude's job is therefore in question. He tells me not to tell when I find something good.
Oh, okay.
But I always hook them up anyway. I take them fucking customers out the yin yang. And I can't promote this enough. Erie Gold and Silver is phenomenal if you're anywhere in Colorado.
Well, if I'm in Colorado, I'm going to have to look you up.
So Erie Gold and Silver is the bee's knees, tiny little place. I love that place. I've been trying to get a job there for like 2 months.
I think you'll eventually get one.
I think I will too, because when I started, it was like a laughable thing. And now when I ask, they like randomly seem like they test me on something as I'm at the shop that day.
Mm-hmm.
Huh. Like, what would you pay for this? All of a sudden comes out of their mouth and they hand me something. I'm like, well,
Well, it looks like they are testing you then.
He's a really, really cool dude. He's roughly my age, and I'm 30. And he got the business from his dad, who now owns another coin shop. who his the, his dad's cool as hell. He's who I got this from at the Denver Coin Expo
Mm-hmm.
because he had it in a bag labeled color, and that was it. He didn't have a grade on it. He didn't have it in a slab yet, or I think he barely had it in a 2x2. Might have just been in a Mylar.
Midnight
But I
says a
saw,
lot of coin shops won't care about that. Honestly, really.
yep, nope. Unless it was like an 1877, they would fucking care. You best believe that if I didn't say something, that I would feel like I just robbed a store, because
That's
that's
crazy.
that's a couple extra digits. But
Look at
then,
this
then again, when you look
super.
at Phil found an 1877 in something like XF condition in the wrong book, and he tried to tell the dude, but because he had Bella tried to tell the guy,
Uh huh.
uh, he blew her off, and he blew her off 3 times. So they finally said fine, threw him $3, and walked out with a $1,300 Indian head.
No way.
They
Jeez.
tried to tell him. They tried to tell him over and over and over, and he was like, "Get out of my business. I'm dealing with this guy who had like Morgans or gold or something."
Uh huh.
So Phil finally went, "You know what? Fuck you, fine," and threw $3 down on the table and walked out with a $1,300 or $1,400 Indian head. It's the key date, and it's in like some phenomenal condition. That's how I met Phil. The turd.
It's just look at this 69. I'd never see a 69 Philadelphia. Wish it was in better condition.
See, and my LCS has two of they're coin boxes, but they're about the size of the PCGS trays. They're about the size of these.
Uh huh.
And he has two of them completely full of 1939s nickels. And regardless, if he didn't let a 1939D slip out of what I'm gonna guess a couple hundred nickels,
Uh
I'm
huh.
assuming he let a 1939 DDR slip, and those are quite pricey.
Yeah, I wouldn't imagine.
Yeah, those are a big one. So I'm gonna go hang out for a day because he doesn't really care either. Like he cares to a degree when I go in and I pull out proof set varieties, and I notice he cares because he no longer leaves his good proof sets there.
Uh huh.
He takes all of his good ones home, and when you want one, he says, "Okay, I'll bring one in for you tomorrow," which I absolutely hate
Uh huh.
because a really, really, really big money maker right now is proof set varieties, and I've noticed that every LCS around me keeps their 68 and earlier proof sets at either at their home or a separate location from the shop, supposedly, because they all say that I have one, but I don't have it here. I'll bring it for you tomorrow, which bugs me because I would like to get a couple to look through instead of having somebody just bring me one.
Yeah. Well, I just can't imagine them having that much portable big money in a store that can't like when I go to the LC that I've got in my town in Fresno, they have armed guards at the doors.
I only have one like that here.
Hold on. How many? You see, there's only like one or two, and the rest of them are like they're like by appointment only. I figured
So
those are high end places, and then the other one, they're mostly not coin shops. They're mostly like pawn shops.
so we have the first one I went to. So I have like 6 or 7 within 50 miles. No, within 30 miles. And then within 50 miles, I would add another like 7 or 8 to that. There's probably like 20. No, but it would be cool to have like a couple mint sets to look through for fucking spotting issues, which
Mm-hmm.
is so irritating. And I'm not even looking at like the early 50s when I say that. I mean, it'd be cool to find a 63 set that didn't have the spottiest effing dime or Kennedy in it.
Midnight Silver Run says no one just gonna let you cherry pick their expensive mint cents. Once you get below 65 and mint cents, people know their worth.
So,
Not going to happen.
so I'm looking to buy a mint box. They normally come in a 5 or 10 pack from the mint, but instead of it being just the envelopes, you have the extra hoped security of the box also being truly unopened. Significantly pricier though.
Yeah, I would imagine.
Yeah, I saw one the other day. I think it was something like 80 1968 mint sets for $2,000 or something like that. And I was like, yes.
I couldn't even come $100.
What?
No, I'm just wondering what the would be for a mint set. Like $100 would be okay for a mint set, or
It changes each year. So 54s are $100.
okay.
53s just decently more. 52s significantly more. 51s, it gets exponentially more expensive once you go under 54. And for some reason, 55 is more expensive than 54. I mean, obviously, the mint set would be because it could have the killer 55 double die. But the proof set, I find weird that it's like $20 more expensive than the other one. And I know this because I don't have a 55. I have 54 and then 56 through 61. Then I'm missing 62 and 63. And then I have all the way up to like 95.
Wow. I bet you'll get the coin shop. You know your stuff.
I'm building an inventory, even if it's not a very good. Like I can't even say not very good. I mean, it's for what I can afford and what I've been able to search and find and deal with. I can't say it's a bad, because I mean, so that's my little station basically, and each one of those stacks of 2x2s is roughly that tall, and these are all very few of these anymore are things that I found back in the day and aren't anything, because well, I flipped everything I could possibly think of. See, and that's crazy to me because I picked up a 1954 S OBW roll for $6 at the coin convention this year.
That's $500 a roll. Dang.
Yeah. I picked up 4 1970 S rolls because they were like $3 and $4 a piece. And it's my favorite date to search, so I fucking jumped all over it.
I'm trying to remember if you told me about 74s to look at that date for pennies.
It has a large date and small date, and it's mainly based on thickness.
61. Man.
And that roll, that OBW roll of the 61s, if I didn't write it on every flip, almost every flip, because there wasn't very many die pairings in the roll, it housed some sweetness. So I was actually really happy with that one. I mean, they ended up with a little bit of like black tarnishing or copper that they get sometimes, but I'm pretty sure it housed the DDO 001.
That's a lot of money for a roll of pennies. Let's see, eBay 1950 BU rolls. Penny. Etsy, eBay 1985, 1972 SBU penny rolls on eBay, $10.99.
Oh, those I highly doubt will actually be OBW rolls unless you, well, reputable sellers, I do genuinely believe at a certain point. At a certain point,
Yeah, I've been thinking about buying some rolls. After the first of the year, I should be able to start picking some up. Let's see. Midnight Silver Run says you should see the prices on the rolls from the 30s. You won't find them on eBay. JC Will says a roll of Morgan dollars goes anywhere from $900 to $1,500 a roll. Too bad Morgans didn't come in bank wrap rolls. No, but I saw one guy on a video, and I should have saved it, but I didn't. I was on the way out the door, and it was he bought $1,000 bag of large dollar
Ike's.
Ikes.
Okay,
In there.
Saka Plata has done it. He has a few videos on it, and so does Jeep's done it once too. Jeep and John.
But man, those would be hard to get rid of. I mean, put back in the bank.
Yeah, not really. I would just disperse them everywhere, literally everywhere. But you can pull Morgans and peace dollars and silver proofs out of that bag. I want one so bad. And individual banks used to roll up Morgans too, not just dealers.
I would like to do that. Let me get me some more coins.
This certain banks did the rolls, but those banks would have that bank stamped on that roll still, obviously, because there's only a couple that would even have that ability to do so. Of course, I actually talked to Mr. Chuck and am friends with him on the good old Facebook because I send him stuff that I have questions on. Like I have to send him the 2019 W reverse proof penny that I'm pretty sure has a double dialbers on it, but don't ask me to show it because there's no effing way I could do a screen to screen visual on that reverse proof shiny ass bastard. Sorry for the language, but it's very frustrating. So I decided just to say, screw it. I'm just going to send it to Chuck because he has the $800 microscope that I don't have to try to prove nothing. I can just go, here you go, Chuck. Look at this. And you'll be like, oh, so that's what you were trying to show me. Cool. Thanks, bro. Yeah, I refuse to be excited about it until it's in that man's hand. And he says, Good job, little fella, or some shit. I refuse. The one that I can be excited about now is my Robert Lawson find. Because that one has been confirmed by Mr. Robert. And I'm going to send it to him to auction.
I'm back. Oh boy, Midnight Liberal Run. I found tons of goodies. Okay, Coin Junkie, what kinds of tons of goodies did you get? Or did you find, I should say? 71S. Wow.
That's the Robert Lawson 5 on the cheek of the SMS 1966 rose. But that's the one that I can be proud of now.
74. 1, 2, 3, 4. I've seen your pictures. Tons of goodies. 76.
So I watched your stream too, actually, Midnight. You're one of the few who, when you say you have a variety, you have a variety. I've actually shouted you out a few times when we're having our actual discussions on varieties and people who know. Because you had that 76, which inspired me to go through all my effing 76s to no avail.
70D.
But you're better at doing homework than I am, which, yeah, if we could get together, I could find 1,000 varieties if you wanted to just help me look them up, because I'm terrible at it.
Silver helped me. I mean, both you guys helped me. Midnight for a Woody, very first time I was talking to Rich Kelly. We found a Woody together and a few other things. So he's been helpful there too. I don't think I'm ready yet. Oh, a lot better than I did.
So I'm really good at finding stuff.
3.
Terrible at attributing.
Well, I'm pretty good at detail, especially working in stores. I can see the smallest details, but for some reason, I can't pick up the coins as fast.
Mine going through the websites and picking out which one it actually is. Because a lot of the ones that I find varieties on, either I can't find the variety in which I'm on the hunt for in any way. For example, some of my over S's or things of that nature, which I have shown to a couple of the higher ups who have asked me to send them out because they were kind of stumped on these images too. And then the other ones are like the 1970S. Which I don't know how many double dyes that one has, but damn it, not enough of them have pictures. And I've learned to really not become a fan of Vam World because of how few of them actually have pictures.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've heard the same complaint.
So that one kills me.
But the funny thing is that sometimes I'll see something and I swear to it that that's what it is. And then I get blown out of the water saying it's not that. I said, oh, geez. And I could have sworn I used the picture and everything to verify it.
I know most would be quick to say that shine, that shimmer. That's yes. That's done. It's impossible to take away the shimmer on this coin. Uh, it's impossible. So I will direct your attention. On my poker again.
Midnight Silver Run. Yes, I've been to Variety Mista. It's your friend. Well, you know, I've been looking at him, and I'll see the coin. I'll see the picture of the coin. I'm going, it doesn't look like it, and then I swear it looks like it, and then I just don't have the expertise yet in order to find the picture.
I want Chuck's microscope. When he buys a new one, I want his own scanner. So this part of the tee, there's too much of it. And if I could ever get the light actually right enough to really show,
Mm-hmm.
it actually has a little right here.
Right.
And then right here has a little piece of the Y that goes out just a wee bit too far than the rest.
Uh-huh.
Doubled down this little line right here.
Right. I see it.
And then
the R
is a little bit right here, and then it almost looks like there's a line that goes up the inner. And that just seems exceptionally large.
Mm-hmm. Here's the 70S. I think the 70Ss are cool. I don't know why, but ooh. That one's messed up. I can't believe there's still 5 people here at the hour. What time is it? It's 4 in the morning. I gotta call it in pretty soon because I have to be up at 8. 73C. Yeah, once I get going in coins, I just can't seem to stop.
Yeah, it affects my sleep too because I already suffer from insomnia. I have for a wee bit since I was like 6. My brain never knew how to shut down before anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, coins didn't help that scenario. Let's be real.
Let's see.
I can do something legit by myself that isn't a waste of life at the wee hours that I normally can't sleep anyway. Deal.
Yeah, Coin Junkie. I'm doing that right now. I'm going through like the 82s. I could not figure out copper large date, copper D, copper Philadelphia, and then the rest, zinc, large date, small date. Until I just sat there one day and just pulled all my 82s out, and I took one stack, and I put them all the same type, and then I weighed them, and that's how I made the difference. Midnight Simple Run, you just started in this July? Wow.
I started in January.
Hey, Super, do you think that's damage on the 2?
I think that's MD.
Machine doubling?
Yeah. Let me zoom in before I make that actual solid answer. Oh no, that could just be damage. Never mind. Yeah.
It's like part was pushed over.
It's not larger. It's just a chunk missing. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Well, see, that's what I'm getting to the point where I can see those things. 72D. After this, I'll have to really call it a night. Super.
I understand, buddy.
I got a few more here to go through before I call it. I got about 30 cents more.
Well, I'm unable to stream, so I'll just hang out and keep on scoping until somebody decides to hop on, I guess. And then I'll just drift her on over.
Well, JC Will was this here a while ago. Maybe he might be streaming still. I know I got him down as a supporter. And I had to organize my stuff and clean it out because I have too much coin that should have been back at the bank, and it's just sitting there. So hopefully this helps out too. Get some money back in the bank account. Four, six, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't think there's. Learn your minting process really helps. Weigh them. I did weigh them. Yeah, that's the only way I found out which is the zinc and which is copper. 2.5 or 3.1. Or drop them on a desk? Oh, yeah.
Sure, I do the ping test unless they look really, really, really good.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I just drop them.
Yeah. See, even the 70S looks nice. Not nice as proof, but nicer than usual.
Panay.
I think I absorb more information this way by talking to somebody. Wow, you get a lot of S's now. And I found these trays at a Winco grocery store. Oops, what did I see there? And there are 13 compartments, and they have a ridge that goes into the lid that prevents it from shifting inside the box itself. And it's stackable, so I'm going to get some more because now I've got a whole tray of 79s. Now I got to get one for the aughts, the 0, the 10s, the 20s, the 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s. No, they're only a $1.99 each, I think. So I can start my coins, and then won't be all over the place. As a matter of fact, I even did my Dixie cups that way. $73D. 0, 1, 2, 3. Ooh, here's a 70 plain. I don't have that one. I'm gonna assume that's a large date. So when do you get to fall asleep, Super?
When my brain shuts down, it'll finally just get over it. It normally takes 2 days. I normally sleep every other day.
Really?
Yeah, it's been that way since I was 6.
Wow.
Give or take. Sometimes I go through spurts of depression where I sleep consecutively for days at a time. Sometimes I'll go down and accidentally take a nap and wake up like 2 days later. That's my favorite. That one I like. I almost lose my job. Don't know where I am when I wake up. And when they give me sleeping pills, it doesn't really help me go to sleep, but it makes me stay asleep longer. It has actually made me job chill. So I do not like sleeping. That is for sure. I do not like sleeping.
Well, I do have JC Will as one of my supporters, and I supported him. Okay, 5 more minutes, and I'm done for the night. Well, I appreciate your help there, Super.
Dude, anytime. Anytime. Thank you for streaming. I didn't
Well,
see
no.
anyone else who was doing anything coin related, actually.
Anytime. 71 MSD. It's 71D? Yeah.
It was just one of the ones I pulled from the box that I thought was good enough to put in a flip.
Mm-hmm. And I've seen some. I don't know why people mark the half dollars. They mark them up. If they was doing the bad ones, it'd be okay, but they do them all the time.
There's somebody in Colorado who every time they get an NIFC,
Mm-hmm.
put a little mark on one of the letters in Liberty with a blue or red or purple marker, and they put it back in circulation.
Really?
I have like 4 of them. One has the L with a blue dot on it. One has the I with a red dot on it. One has the E with a purple dot on it. It's very frustrating.
Yeah, I tell you about it.
Because they're really good looking NIFCs too, like 2016 Ds, and they're genuinely good quality ones as well.
I pulled a box the other day. Well, it's on my one of my videos, and I pulled $500 worth of half dollars, and I came out with 73, 2019, 2017, 2018, but a lot of nice coins. 2007. Oh yeah, I see the blue.
Yep.
Why?
That's a good question.
That's kind of odd. And then I just recovered this one from one of my jars. Well, that got bent right there. Or is that the shape of the coin? Looks like
What?
shape of the coin. A slight bent to it, like it has an octagonal design to it. Yeah, it is.
I just thought it had a really cool toning of the fields. It almost made it look like bronzy with a white Kennedy.
Oh, I see it. Yeah, I see a little bit of tone. Whoa.
That's a weird one.
You know, what I like to see, get one of these days is a mule.
Back when I used to actually have the money for half-dollar box searches.
Stacking silver with D. How you doing?
That's what I said. It came out with a very weird little shimmer to it. The 2005 P.
Stacking silver just gave me my answer about certain years of Canadian coins have an octagonal shape to it.
Indubitably.
Okay, 1 minute till I'm feeling it now. My brain's shutting down. But I'm glad I figured out focusing the light on my coins makes a big difference in the depth. That's King Edward the Seventh.
It's a faulting.
Ah. Do great pickups at $2 FI Island and 2 pesos victory note. Oh, Fiji. Fiji Island. Okay, super. It's 4 o'clock.
Or an older farting.
Yeah, I've got one of those. I found 1903.
Around 1913.
Oh,
Yeah. Good night, my friend.
okay, my friend. Thank you for everything. Thank you for the advice and some of the challenges of staying awake with me. But it was fun. I enjoyed it. Same here. Everybody in chat, Stack and D, Meet Solar Run, Coin Junkie. Who else is there? Let's see. JC Will. Slacker, if you're still here. Might call it a night. Anybody else? Who else did I get here? Nobody. Slacker was probably the last one. Lincoln, if you're still around, thank you for stopping by. SMK, EVG, everybody in chat, thank you for being here. Good night, everyone. Bye-bye.